And after that crazy season, I remember Mark Healy and them, they went and they got a adrenal test to see, because they had been pushing it and they were just on it, and they were like, let's see what happened after being exposed to huge amounts of adrenaline every week for a year straight. And I guess the doctors told those guys, your whole system is burnt fuse, completely blown out. Like they were like, you're not producing anything anymore. Like they were like flatline, like no dopamine, no what's it called? I just said it.
Adrenaline?
No adrenaline. Yeah, exactly. All those like hormones that you get dosed with when you face a life-threatening situation. By the end, they had been so many of those situations that their adrenal glands and everything was just flatlined. Not producing anymore.
So that can heal though, correct?
Yeah, it can heal. It just takes time. Adrenal fatigue, they call it.
Oh, you just get depressed for a year. A year of surf, a year of depression.
So you have the big highs and you have the big lows.
Yeah. Yeah. Surfing is so intense, especially big waves. Like you have to be ready within like days. If you haven't, say, when's the last time you surfed a 20-foot wave? How long ago?
Jaws.
And that was how many, like months ago?
Months ago. That was like 3 months ago.
And like, what if a massive chopes or cloud break swell comes right now? You'd have to just be ready for the gnarliest day ever after not practicing for months.
Yeah, that's such an interesting thing to think about, because you're not like training up and the goal is in sight and you have it like, there it is, 3 months out, I'm going to go and do it.
Yeah, like it's the world title stuff we're talking about.
Yeah, it's like, oh, actually, you have to leave tomorrow on a plane flight. And in 3 days, Chopes is going to be 25 foot and you could die. So you better pack your stuff up. That anxiety is the worst ever.
It's so crazy because we never get like, oh, let's just go for 2 weeks, get acclimated, get used to the time zone, get used to the food, or like whatever. Like have time to like maybe feel shitty for a few days. It's always like, have to leave now or you're going to miss the swell. And when you land, you're surfing. Yeah. And hopefully you get a night to rest and hopefully you can get to sleep. Yeah. Because a lot of times you're in a different time zone. You're already having a hard time going to bed. And then on top of that, the next day is life-threatening waves. So your mind is just racing. It'd be good to know how to turn that off, because that's the biggest, like, I'd say problem for me is getting somewhere and then not being able to be 100% the day of and just having to push through.
Yeah. I think it's all part of it. I think you kind of, it's not, you might not be performing, like, you might not be 100% all cylinders like ready to go. But adrenaline's going to carry you to that 100%. And I also think you need it, in my opinion, to mentally wrap your head around being ready to die the next day. Like, you need that anxiety build up. For me, it gets to the point where I'm like, let's get this over with.
Yeah, please.
I want to be on the other side of this all day. Screw sleep. I want it now. Like, let me do the session now and get on the other side of it, you know?
Exactly.
And so you need that build up to make you feel that way. And then feeling that way and all the anxiety and the rush and everything to getting a really good wave makes it that huge dopamine release after that big old hit.
Big rip of dopamine. And then you take out the trash, remember, like you were saying?
Yeah.
Big night after. So 2 shitty nights of sleep. You can sleep when you die.
Yeah. And enjoy that hangover with all your dopamine blown out.
Oh, those are the worst. And then you got to travel back. We never stay anywhere for too long. Hungover on a flight has to be one of the worst things I've ever gone through. Deathly hungover, getting on a plane with a bunch of people you don't know.
Death is on the doorstep.
Next to your friends for some reason. What is that feeling like for you? Getting on a flight, deathly hungover.
Death is on the doorstep. I put my headphones on and I'm like, I'm not waking up from this one.
Do I just open the emergency exit and just end it all? I need fresh air.